What's going on, fam? Hope everybody's doing all right out there. So tonight we have another Kunwu. So this is, I think this is the second one of their knives I've had on the channel. Both of which unfortunately have been loaners. So that being said, this is from our good friend Lefty EDC through the pass around. So make sure you guys go show him some love. Check out his channel if you haven't already. But yeah, let's go ahead and break into this, guy. So this is the Kunwu Django. So it's my first time taking a look at it here. Their packaging has always been pretty cool. Just a really nice magnetic box. Dig the blue. You guys know I love blue. We'll take a look at the knife here in just a moment. Inside, you get a little pouch. Inside the pouch, let's see, I know there's something else in here. Okay, yep. So you do have, looks like you have a couple of different clip options. You can either do a wire clip, or you can do a titanium clip that's on there now. And then it does come with a extra set of Omega springs. A really nice pouch here. Then you do get a Kunwu certificate here. You can pause and read that if you'd like to. Then just a standard microfiber cloth. Nothing crazy there. We'll go ahead and move that off to the side and take a look at the knife. So this is one I've actually am quite excited to take a look at. I really do like the crossbar lock knives from these guys. So really excited to take a look at this thing. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and do our typical zoom in here. So there you have the Kunwu logo, and the way they do their crossbar locks are really nice. You got really nice big thumb lugs there. Blade hole with a fuller. And this is their diamond texture titanium, plain titanium. Looks like we've got T8 hardware. Let's go ahead and check that. Looks good on this side. Check the pocket clip T8. Fantastic there. Looks like it's T6s on the little screw here. Let's get that checked out too. Very good tolerances there. You do have a very generous lanyard hole there. Take a look. You've got a quarter length titanium backspacer. Everything looks really nice and rounded off. No contouring to the titanium. It is a flat slab titanium. On this side, we'll take a look at the same thing here. Oh, let me grab the T6 first. Screws are good there. Take a look at the pivot. Just a little bit of wiggle there on the pivot. Same thing on that pocket clip. And nothing there. So fantastic job on the screws. There you can see the logo again. And then the other Kunwu logo. Really nice titanium pocket clip. Got some really good retention. This thing goes great in the pocket. No issues there whatsoever. So there you can see LMAX blade. And let's see here. There we go. Give us a little better light so you can see your LMAX blade. Let's go ahead and take a look at this blade and flip this thing out for the first time. Okay. Let me clean this blade off. Get some fingerprint smudges off of it. So you can see you have a really aggressive swedged clip point there. Really nice belt satin. It looks like it is same direction, even on the flats. Nice triangular blade hole there. No billboarding on the blade whatsoever. Take a look on the other side here. Same thing. Really nice. The only marking is the LMAX there on the top of the blade. Take a look at our grinds. I know Kunwu does a fantastic job on their grinds. And same story here. Fantastic job. Go ahead and take a look at. Whew, now that's what I call a choil. So everything ends right there. So you've got a ton of sharpening area. And you've got a beautiful flat ground blade. It's almost a full height. It just comes up to the fuller there. Fantastic looking, just great looking stuff. Let's take a look at the tip. All right, good looking tip. So it passes all the initial, excuse me, sorry about that. Passes all of the initial, quality look here. So let's go ahead and get my fingerprints off this thing. So one thing I can say, this thing is a fingerprint magnet. Now Kunwu does offer a ton of different options in this thing. One thing that they do really well is their DLC, and they do a mirror polish DLC as well, which is fantastic. Now this thing's got about a $60 price point range. So you can get the G10 models starting at around $190 up to $250 for the DLC titanium, DLC blade and titanium. This one here runs about $230. Again, LMAX blade, these things are ran at 60 to 62 according to the Kunwu website. Just a pretty legit knife all in all. Go ahead and take a feel for it in the hand. In the choke back position, it's very comfortable. Pocket clip lands right in the void of your hand where you want it to. That texture titanium gives you plenty of grip. No issues there. Choke up. Again, very comfortable. Very, very ergonomic. Everything seems to be well rounded off. Don't really feel anything. Don't really feel any issues. Jimping is decent, not great, but it definitely does the job. Nothing to write home about there. Just some semi-functional jimping. Again, could be better there. But you do have the reversible clip, so you could reverse it to this side. Which that works being a crossbar lock style knife. Let's go ahead and take a look at the action on this guy. So, fantastic. What you wouldn't expect anything less from these guys. They have a reputation that really precedes them, so they have to really deliver. I really like having these big thumb lugs versus the standard what you see on most crossbar lock knives. So this, I think, works really well. Gives you lots of grip, lots of traction. I'm not the biggest fan of crossbar lock knives. I prefer to have an actual detent. A really good button lock can have somewhat of a detent, or have a detent feel. But I've only found one crossbar lock knife that kind of gave me that, and that was the latest Vosteed Mini Nightshade. And I don't know what they did to go from generation 1 to generation whatever they're in now, 3 or whatever. But the latest Nightshade has a really, really strong spring in it, and it feels like it's got somewhat of an actual detent. This one here is a little soft. I do not believe it's any sort of adjustability in there, and I'm not sure if the springs that come with it are any stronger, but on a larger bladed knife, it kind of gives you a little bit of a dull feeling on opening, but that's just a nitpick. Otherwise, the action is fantastic. Super, super smooth. Thumb rolls out really nicely. Reverse flick really nicely. Can probably, thumb flick this one. There's not a whole heck of a lot to talk about on this thing. Usually the shortest videos are the ones where there's nothing really negative to say or nothing negative to talk about. Blade shape is nice. It's not my specific blade shape, but this is one I wanted to get in hand, so I can appreciate a really nice clip point. I mean, that's almost Bowie-esque. It's very interesting. And now, again, this being a pass-around knife, I'm going to stop doing the paper cut tests on the pass-around knives just because it's, again, I'm not sure what's been done with the blades before they got to me, especially on ones that have been in the pass-around for quite a while. Feels like the blade is very sharp, and like I said, the grinds are great, so, no reason to expect that the knives don't come stupid sharp, especially from Kunwu. But yeah, fantastic knife. Let's go over a little bit of the specs on this guy. So just going off of the specs on their website for lengths, you're looking at a 3.1 inch blade. and 7.7 overall, or 7.67. 4.7 ounces according to my scale, which has been fairly accurate. So not a super heavy knife and not a super light knife. Sorry about that, I dropped my scale. As I talk about it being accurate, I throw it on the floor. But yeah, like I said, just typical for a full titanium knife. You do have some fairly generous milling in there. You can see that. Pretty large windows cut out in it, so does help with the weight. But you do have a pretty decent blade stock here as well. So yeah, fantastic knife. I would not hesitate to pick one up. I'd probably, for me, I really like the G10 model. I like the pricing on the G10 model as well. So I would probably pick up like a DLC or mirror polish DLC G10 model. I think he offered those at one point in time. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all for watching. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, make sure to hit me up down below. Follow all the links. Everything, links for these will be down below, as well as my usual link tree. So make sure you guys are checking that out. And I appreciate y'all for watching. As always, be kind, be humble, be EDC. Y'all take care.